Hi there, it's Jason here from Taxfiler. Now today I'm going to show you how to file corporation tax returns which cover a period of longer than 12 months. Now as you know, CT600s can only be filed for a period of 12 months, and sometimes we'll have a set of accounts. For example, if it's our first set of accounts, they'll quite often span a period longer than 12 months. So it's fairly easy to do, it's just a matter of following the process through. So I'm going to show you how to do that within the software. So the first stage is to actually create the set of accounts that you're wanting to file. Now obviously the accounts that we're creating will cover that longer period. So I'm not going to run through preparing the set of accounts from start to finish because I'm sure you know how to do that. All I'm going to show you is what we need to do to get the corporation tax returns filed correctly. So I'm on my accounts screen now. So this is a set of accounts that will end up generating the CT600s. And as you can see, it's for a period of longer than 12 months. So I've got the period from 16th of February 16 to 31st of March 17. So we just create the accounts in exactly the same way as we normally do. We just have to make sure that the dates are for the long period. We don't need to worry about shortening the period to do the actual accounts themselves. So as you can see, I've got the current period start date 16th of Feb 16 and the current period end date of 31st of March 17. So as long as we put our correct dates in, the date the accounts began and the date the accounts finished, which is obviously longer than the 12-month period, then once we've done that, we can proceed to prepare the corporation tax returns. So I'm just on the view screen now just to show you that the accounts I have prepared are for the correct dates. So as you can see, annual report on unaudited accounts from 16th of February 16 to 31st of March 17. So we're happy that the long period is correct. So we can now move up to the check and file tab and click on that. And we're now ready to attach these accounts to the corporation tax returns. So as you can see on this screen, we're happy the accounts are correct. There's no errors being displayed. So we're ready to attach these accounts to the tax return. So we're going to move up to attach and click on there. Okay, now we've got the screen that says create a new CT600 company tax return. So we've got the start of the CT600 accounting period, which is the same, 16th of February 16, and the end of accounting period. Now you'll notice it's brought it back to 12 months. So end of accounting period is 15th of February 17. So we've now got the correct 12-month period ready to create a tax return for. So we're going to click on the button that says create tax return. So on this screen here, we can see that the period of account is 16th of February 16, the correct start date, and the end date of the account, which is 31st of March 17, the correct turnover and the correct net profit. So this part here is showing the full period to update to the CT600. So we're going to click on update amounts to tax return, and there we go. So there's our tax return. So our first return, the first of two, you can see it's got the right period for the CT600 12 months. So we've got 16th of February 16 to 15th of February 17. So if we click on save changes for now, like so, and then what I'm going to do is just look at the trading profits page. So if I click on that like so, you'll see the 16th of February 16 to the 31st of March 17, which is our full period, and there's our total turnover. And you'll actually notice here that the profit has been apportioned to the accounting period. So in our first CT600, which is the 16th of February 16 to the 15th of February 17, it's apportioned the profit. So we know that Taxfiler has worked it out correctly, and we know this first CT600 is the first sort of the larger period, if you like, of the two returns. And we can see that it's worked properly because the profit has been apportioned correctly. So we can save changes on there, and that's in effect our first CT600 is now complete. So we've created our first CT600 for the longer period. So that's all safe and sound. It's all saved within Taxfiler. So what I've done is I've gone back into the clients section. I've clicked on the client that we're using, and I've then selected the tax returns tab. Now, as you can see, the first return we've created, 16th of February 16 to 15th of February 17 for 1 year, for 12 months, is safe. That's all saved. So we're now ready to create the second CT600 for the shorter period. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move up to the green button that says New Tax Return. I'm going to click on that. Now create new accounting period. You'll notice the period it's suggesting is the 16th of February 17 to the 31st of March 17. Now that's absolutely correct. That represents the shorter period, if you remember. So Taxfiler will automatically know the dates we require for the shorter CT600. So we're perfectly happy with that. So we're going to click on Create. And what I'm going to do next is look in the Trading Profits screen. And you'll notice the 16th of February 16, our start period, 31st of March 17, our end period, so that's the dates for our full set of accounts. But you'll notice that Taxfiler has apportioned, again, this time the shorter amount, the smaller amount I should say, has been apportioned to this CT600. So we know Taxfiler's done it correctly because it has correctly apportioned the smaller amount to the second smaller CT600. So if we're happy with that, which we are, we can click on Save Changes. Now there's one final thing we need to do in the shorter period CT600, which is open here, the 16th of February 17 to 31st of March 17, so the small period. What we need to do is click into the company information page, and down the bottom of the screen you'll see here under company accounts, at the moment it says XBRL accounts attached. Now we're not going to attach them because we'll have already attached them to the longer period, so we need to open that up. And we need to say not included, submitted with accompanying return. So we click on that, make sure that's there, and we click on Save Changes, and there we go. So that's all done. Our two CT600s are all done. There may be other adjustments you want to make to them, but in principle they're now finished and they're both ready to file with HMRC.